What's up, witches? Celeste the Silver Cord here, bringing in a quick reading for March 2020 for our Capricorns. My poor Cappies. I know there's been so much going on in your sign. But good news is planets are going to start moving out of your sign and start moving into Aquarius in March. So you guys should start getting some relief from all these heavy waves. Now we are halfway through a Mercury retrograde at this point. It ends March 10th and the full moon in Virgo on March 9th. So there's going to be a huge shift in March, mid-March. And that's going to bring a lot of changes for people. I always tell people that the 2 weeks pre the shadow phase of retrograde that's the sudden slowdown. Hiccups, things that get in your way, trials, tribulations, car breaks down, all that stuff, all the communication errors, things slow down suddenly those 2 weeks pre-shadow phase. And then the 2 weeks post-shadow phase is the opposite. That's when things take off for some reason. That's when things around you start moving really fast and they seem kind of out of your control and they can cause some conflict too. So the first Mercury retrograde of the year is great though, because usually the shadow phase, the post-shadow phase is just ending right as Aries season kicks off, and that is a great time to get all this stuff that you've been working on really off the ground and get things moving. So this is just going to see, let's see what the energies that Capricorn will be dealing with for March 2020. Energies and influences for Capricorn, March 2020. No jumpers. 4 shuffles. Energies do we have going for Capricorn? Got the Fool card on the bottom. You guys getting ready to make a new leap? You're being guided to. Oh, yeah, big transitionings happening for you guys in March. Let's get your clarifying deck. Which one should we use? Okay, so kicking right off, we got the guide. This is your guides, ancestors, spirit guides, all that good stuff. This is all that has been guiding you in a certain direction. All this heavy energy in your sign has really been about transforming you and guiding you on these new paths that you have been trying to take. King of Rods. This is visionary, this is entrepreneur, this is fiery ideas. 8 of Rods, a time of major transition, possible travel. If not actual physical travel, this is about really taking strides to distance yourself from who you used to be to who you are now. This is transforming energy that's really coming at you with these 2 cards. And then we've got the 7 of Pentacles. So this is recognizing the hard work that you're going to need to put in. This is really, you've been analyzing, you've been in work mode, we've had all this stuff in your sign, handling addictions and escapism techniques and procrastinations and why everybody's been doing these things. And now it's time to really distance yourself from those past bad habits and really start putting the work in to making this big transformation that you want to make. This King of Rods, visionary energy that you've been working with. And with the Magician at the end here, by the end of March, you're really going to be in a place of manifesting that around you in your physical reality around you. Let's get some cards for the undercurrent. We got We got the Eight of Swords here. So this is, and I love this deck. That's why I'm glad I picked this deck. So the Eight of Swords in this one, instead of being blindfolded and trapped and feeling, you know, putting yourself in a helpless state, this is recognizing your cage, recognizing your boundaries, recognizing those edges of your comfort zone that you have been trapped in, and recognizing the things that have you trapped and bound. But in recognizing them, this gives you great power. Because if you can recognize the edge, that means you've traveled to it. And if you know where all your boundaries are, you can calculate better on how to work with them. The Eight of Swords can be in an emotional trapment. It's usually a blindfolded woman. But she's choosing to cover her eyes. She's choosing to cover her eyes, but she is staying in a state of a protective state. You know where you're safe. You get the Six of Cups after that. Six of Cups is all about nostalgic, looking behind you. So this is part of your boundaries and your cage and your comfort zone, and recognizing these edges, that you're coming to the edge of these things. And you're looking back at the past. You're looking back at all these past memories and all, you know, and it's good and it's bad. And it's looking at, you can look at the positive aspects of this comfort zone, but don't forget why you started working to change it. You know, don't forget why you started feeling like it was uncomfortable. Don't forget why you started feeling like a big fish in a small pond. It's a big message I'm getting for you guys. Big fish in a small pond, and you're ready. You're ready for the ocean. You're ready to travel past that. Queen of Pentacles. So this is that down-to-earth, motherly energy, control of your own cups, control of your own emotions, and, yeah, seizing your self-power. Like I said, within the Eight of Swords, you're able to see all your boundaries, and you can actually see where your power has been being cut off, and it is time to nurture those cords so that your power can get even stronger, so that your manifesting energy can get stronger, so that you can actually take this Queen of Pentacles earth energy and start making actionable steps in your reality in order to change this comfort zone. Now you got the Seven of Swords right after that. So this is a betrayal or deception usually with the Seven of Swords. And this could be someone who has lied or deceived you in some way. And that's really where, and that's, and it's the transition and then the work card. So that's really where you need to be putting your focus on working to get past. If your mind and you're constantly thinking about this deception all the time, you're going to manifest similar situations into your future. You're dragging your past and you're planting it in your future. So really work towards controlling your thoughts and words. And if you're going to look back, even if it's on a negative experience, like someone betraying you, look at it as a lesson learned. Look at it as something positive. Had that person never done that deception, you would never really know who they really were. You would still be trapped in that comfort zone, and it's time to break out of that comfort zone. Six of Rods. See, Six of Rods right after this deception. So if you put your mind towards looking at it as, if you're looking back on this deception and you're gaining control over your own emotions, then you get the Seven of Swords here, which is this big deception that keeps coming into your play. Big lie, big secret, big something has come out, and that has given you actually victory. Even if you feel like you lost something, you lost someone, you lost some battle that you had been working for, or this deception really hurt you, in the end, it really is Six of Rods. It is the Six of Rods. It is a victory for you to have learned this lesson, to get this person out of your life. This is simply, this deception came out because you were raising your frequency And you are no longer on the frequency of the deceiver. Does that make sense? You're past being deceptive. You're past holding on to masks and stuff like that. And then we have the Eight of Rods again. Again, you got it twice. This is a major transition for you guys. This is a time of travel, a time of change, a time of getting distance. And now this could be emotional distance or this could be physically distance. But it doesn't matter if you're getting a distance from a person, it doesn't matter if they live next door or not. You can move a million miles away. If you don't recognize what you learned from them, you might as well still be, and you're constantly still thinking about them, you might as well be in the same house with them still. So this is a time of recognizing the victory in which it is that these people or this person or this situation has now been revealed for what it is, for the deception it was, and it is time to move past that. And at the end of here, you got the King of Swords. Clear thinking, intellectual, you've got a higher perspective on this whole situation. I see March just being just this major transformation for you guys of going from this manipulated energy of people who have put you in this false prison around yourself that you've been blinding yourself to. And it is time to just break out of that. It's time to listen to your guides, embrace your passions, make the transformation, work towards what it is you actually want out of life, and take this magician energy and start manifesting it into this reality. And the King of Swords is all about getting control of your thoughts and your words. If you are not in control, how do I say it? If you want to have something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done. And if you want to be in a different type of situation, you have to be prepared to be a different person. This is not about being fake. This is about allowing yourself to evolve past where you were. Just because you were this person for a long time does not mean that you are meant to be. That is not keeping it real. That is keeping it in denial. That is keeping yourself encased in your mental prison here that you know is just a false prison, and you can get past this. You can get past those boundaries. You can see them for what they are, and you're going to take some time, and this is going to play right into that stillness. You can't see the reflection clearly in the water if the water is turbulent. The water needs to be still. This card always reminds me of a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, and it is meditation, and it's an affirmation, and it is, "I am as strong and sturdy as a mountain. My emotions are as still as the waters of its lake." So this is about taking time through all this craziness and rushed energy and chaos from the slowdown and the full moon on the 9th with Mercury going direct and all of that, and signs moving out of your sign and into Aquarius, which is a higher perspective in itself. I believe it's Saturn. I'm not 100% sure. Saturn or Neptune is moving in to into Aquarius. So this is really about getting a higher perspective. This is about removing, not removing the emotions, but controlling the emotions, stabilizing them so that they are still, so that you can get a clear reflection of what is going on around you, so that you can see clearly the steps that you need to take. So the important message you guys are getting is take time to be still. To still your mind, to still your emotions, to get into that King of Swords, clear thinking, intellectual mode there, where it's kind of a head over heart decision for these people, these deceivers, to recognize them for who they are, to take a moment to see who that person really is, not just based on what they say, but matching up what they say to what they do. to see if that's a clear representation of actually who they are. And then once you have that information, you can make those clear intellectual decisions to move yourself into the magician mode by the end of March, which is great because that's coming into Aries season. That is really the time to start making moves. That is the time for action. That is the Zodiac New Year. That was the original New Year before the Gregorian calendar. March 15th was a time to pay old debts and start new business contracts and ventures. So take that all into consideration while you're making moves in March. And just remember, when things get really chaotic and you cannot see clearly what it is going on because you're so emotionally wrapped up, take a moment to be still, calm your mind, actually look at the pros and cons of people, and do a clear over perspective of what's going on around you so that you can break out of this Eight of Swords comfort zone and embrace what it is that you really can manifest around you, what you really are worthy of, because you are not worthy of deceivers and liars. I promise you that. The universe is not going to send you a deceiver or a liar. But do take time to look at the deceiver and liar and look at what it was about the lies that you liked, and genuinely find a person who says those things and still does those things. Don't fall for people who talk a lot of game, but don't ever put things into fruition, into action. Because it is time for you to get into working on manifesting the life that you want around you and manifesting your higher self. All right, Capricorn, that's your March 2020 reading. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe, spank the bell to get more notifications. I'll put the link to our Facebook group below where we do cards and coffees, messages from the universe, all that fun stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Blessed be.